That's how India began against Pakistan.
Correct. We are at the New Street station. As you can understand, Snehashish can literally show you all our bags.
Show our bags, yeah.
Yeah. See, we are all. This is like the Holdalne Durga Puja. That's Kolkata train. By the way, that's the bull. That's the bull, and the bull is actually turning towards you to greet you. Now he will sort of give you a scream as well.
No, the scream happens in the beginning.
No. He will do it again.
Again? Oh.
Yeah. The bull keeps doing that, provided he's in a good mood. But you will hear the bull scream as well.
But this bull Boryada was a representation of Indian industrial revolution or Renaissance.
That is correct. And this bull was the mascot for the 2022 Commonwealth Games here in Birmingham. At that point in time, it was at Victoria Square in front of the library, not Victoria Square. It was in front of the library and next to the Hyatt Hotel.
You have been to the library, of course, right? Boryada, you have been to the library, of course.
Yeah.
You haven't. I didn't even bother taking you because not a place which Snehashish goes to generally. Snehashish, how many books have you completed by force? Because I've been forcing you. 2.5 or 2. God!
This is torture going on. Snehashish, you should do a bargain. Each time you finish a book, she has to take you out for a meal.
You have to do that. But the problem is that I am not so good in reading books. I am trying my best, but still I am not good.
But the point here is we are loving it. Yeah. We are at the New Street station. Multiple different sporting events are going on in the world at the same time. In Sri Lanka, the India A team needs to get 4 more wickets, 70 runs to get in 95 balls on the part of Sri Lanka A. I think Sadra Vikrama is still there, and that's the problem. He's on 60 or so. On the other hand, that's the India A.
They now need 68 of some 86 balls, but 4
wickets left. 4 wickets left. So India needs to clinch the 4 wickets to close out that particular match. Vaibhav Suryavanshi relatively muted to a
Ayush Badoni has picked up 2 wickets.
Ayush has picked up 2, and quite a handful. Ayush has picked up wickets in the last game also.
Yeah.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi 44 in one game, 22 today. So relatively muted this thing, and that's what you have to allow. You have to allow him to fail. In international cricket, he will fail way many more times than he will succeed. So Indian audiences need to understand that it's not going to be easy for Vaibhav Suryavanshi.
Yeah.
Runs, Suryan Shedge, clearly, and Vipraj Nigam. Vipraj Nigam conceded the 10 runs by running into the danger area, allowing 10 runs as penalty. But Vipraj Nigam's 50, and he's also picked up a wicket. Suryansh has also picked up a wicket and bowled very, very well. So India very much in the contest. 4 more wickets to go. That's the update as far as the India-Sri Lanka contest is concerned. You will get Rohit Juglan's reports from on ground soon after the match is over. Rohit Juglan is covering the game from on ground. That's the Sri Lanka update. As far as the India update, the next game is in Lucknow. Abhishek Mishra will be in Lucknow starting tomorrow. That's the ODI against Afghanistan. The last match, as all of us know, was rained out, which is why it was curtailed into a T20 contest of sorts. Gurnur Brar, good debut. Harsh Dubey, good debut. Ishan and Shubman Gill closed it out. Rohit Sharma started well before that run out. So that's the ODI as far as Indian cricket is concerned in Afghanistan. FIFA World Cup, incredibly good match between Japan and the Netherlands last night. That 88-minute equalizer was a cracker, and Japan kept coming. That's the kind of thing you see from Japan. The second Dutch goal was also a very, very good one. Yeah. I think it was one of the better matches of the World Cup so far, the Japan versus Netherlands game. Now coming to here, we are on way to Leeds. The team will come tonight, or rather this evening itself. Game day after. Many lessons from the Pakistan game despite the big win. So Trisha, first thoughts now that you've been able to kind of soak it all in 12 hours later. What are your thoughts? What are the takeaways from Pakistan? What do you want to see against the Netherlands?
I want to see a more convincing batting display, because it was the same problem yesterday as well. The first 2 wickets fell pretty quickly, and then Smriti and Harman stitched a partnership. After Smriti and Harman, after Smriti got out, Harman got out pretty quickly, Bharti got out, and then again there was a Richa Deepti partnership, and this has to stop as far as India is concerned. No, the partnerships don't have to stop. This collapse, I mean, quick wickets, one brings in two, has to stop, and that is where I feel India should look to seal their best playing 11 right now. Yes, you can maybe tweak one, but the batting lineup, especially, cannot be this fragile. And I would say why it's fragile. I think Bharti Fulmali does not have a place there. Maybe because she's injured. She might. Not injured. I think she just hit her hand when she took that catch. But I do think there's no place for Bharti bowling. You feel Arundhati suddenly has lost all sorts of shape?
Yes, yesterday she didn't look that much good. Obviously, she looked kind of, losing her rhythm at all.
Yeah.
So I think that was a problem. But see, I think with Arundhati, team also knows that they can get that batting attribute also down the order. So I think that is also one part that will be, going on in their mind. So I think with Arundhati, I think they will take more chances. I am not seeing her getting dropped in the next game, but I am seeing someone like Nandini Sharma maybe getting a game against Netherlands. You really want to get maybe in place of Kranti. Yes, yeah. So I think if you really want to try someone like Nandini Sharma in this World Cup, these Netherlands games can be the perfect platform.
2-3 questions, Trisha. One, is there a quick fix for fielding? There isn't, and this has been India's Achilles heel for a while. We keep asking these questions, but the problem is when your team wins a World Cup or a major series, such things get masked. Now that you won by 65 runs, 99% of people who have not seen the game will say 65-run win. These people are trying to be critical, and these guys are.
Mike will stop working.
Hello. You are also screaming like the bull or what?
Yeah.
Anyway, but the point that I'm trying to make is people don't follow that. And then if you ask a question, why are you asking a question? India has won by 65 runs. So,
oh my God.
So two
You
parts.
remember how we had to reply during the World Cup?
Ridiculous,
Exactly.
Because we criticized the team when the 3 matches were lost on the trot.
Yes.
Amul Mazumdar lost it in the dressing room and gave that Shah Rukh Khan speech. If he can lose it, why can't we? Anyone will. Now the point is, if you praise people, you criticize people. That's what it is. I mean, that's how the
And
thing
can I
has to
say
be.
something out of point here? This is the reason I think, because there has been a lot of debate over journalism versus influencer. This is the reason I feel the influencers are one step ahead and closer to the action than journalists. They are allowed in the ground, or they are allowed much closer to sports persons, because they're not going to question them. They're not going to ask the hard questions, because you might have a great performance, but you will still say, for example, I think Harmanpreet took a very sharp catch, but also Harmanpreet was the same person who let a ball go by and it was an easy one. It's a regulation one. But if you say that, somebody will come and jump at you, Boryada, saying that's one. That could have been Phoebe Litchfield.
Yeah, and the point is, there is a Bharti Fulmali one, there is a Arundhati Reddy drop catch, there is a Richa Ghosh drop catch, there is a Harmanpreet Kaur misfield. So when you add all of that, you're talking about 20 runs.
Yeah.
You're talking about a couple of possible wickets. The Muniba Ali catch, had it been a Phoebe Litchfield, as Trisha said, or a Laura Woolward, imagine what that could have happened to India. So the point we are trying to make is, and that's my larger point, Trisha. The question I'm trying to ask you is there a quick fix? Because Munish and, I understand Amol and people, but what can the fielding coach do? And does this kind of tell you that, in the off season, when you do your camps, how does it, because Pakistan looked sharper than India.
Yeah,
Pakistan looks sharper than India on the field and also in running between the wickets. Now, that's not something you expect from Pakistan. Relative minnow, yes, batting wise, bowling wise, potential wise, India so far ahead, they nailed down the game. But against a South Africa, your batting bowling will not give you that edge. Australia, it will not give you that edge. The final points, the 5 runs or the 4 runs or the dropped catch will come into play. So how does India fix that is the question I want to ask.
I think it is something that the players now have to find out, because for years, since 2024 World Cup, we are seeing there are 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes fielding sessions, and every single time, and you cannot point out Munish Bali, because Munish Bali gives particular players fielding sessions also, and he's constantly there. If somebody wants catches,
You actually made this point to me. That
Yeah.
there is effort.
yeah,
There is, and by the way, let's point that out. There is effort. There
Yeah,
is serious
absolute
effort
serious
going on.
effort, yeah.
And that's my puzzle. That after all this effort on the part of the coaching staff, on the part of, by the way, if you guys are hearing other announcements, it's the train station.
Yeah.
So don't blame us. Train announcements are going on, including our own, because we also have a train to catch for Leeds. So don't tell us audio, etc., etc. If we miss the train, then we are gone. And this is a direct train. The money is gone, and everything
the
else
money
goes
is
for
gone.
no, everything else. I mean, when is the next?
When
train?
is
We
the
don't
next
know.
train? Yeah.
So this is a direct train for Leeds, so we have to take that. That's why we're
and we
doing
have
it.
enough luggage
Arre baapre.
that we
This is
can't
like-
roam around.
Arre, but I've never traveled with this kind of luggage, because I've been
He
in
has
this
got
country.
two suitcases,
Yeah, man.
one
I've got
backpack.
one medium
I've got
size.
one suitcase,
Yeah.
one backpack.
And that's because I've been here for the last.
I have the
35
best
days.
performance. He can try and tell you that he travels light, but nobody is traveling lighter than me. 72 days, and I just have a medium suitcase and a backpack.
No, this is because I had family,
Yeah.
and we were splitting 3 bags. So there's a lot, and I don't travel with this. So when
Yeah.
Trisha sees me back again in July,
I think
I will
he'll
travel
have
with
the
this
small
one.
bag, yeah.
Only this trolley, and I'm good. That's how I travel. But now, and this pisses me off in this luggage, with the bag. I'll tell you, I hate traveling with the suitcases and bags, but I can't help, which is why I'm a little anxious. I'm an anxious traveler when it's bags, which is why I came to the station 2 hours early. Why I did, I don't know, but I did.
But what do you think? Who will carry your bag?
No, point is,
You lose them. What is the
no,
tension?
I have to get early. So if I do something with the bags, if heavy bags, do I need to get there early? If I miss the train, if I get late, it's all irrational. It's all irrational. I mean, see, that is why the best thing for me is travel light. Take a small bag, good. And what
Also,
happened to
he's
me?
forgetful. He'll keep it somewhere and then forget.
Correct. And today so Shormishta is meticulous about these things. She's the one who carries all our passports. I came out of the apartment.
You have your
I
passport.
checked out. Exactly. I came out, checked out. Then I stood there and I said, I'll check again. I checked it and then I started laughing. I said, what nonsense am I doing? Obviously, I've got my passport with me. It's in my
And
bag.
accurate?
Yeah, I hope I do. Now that you're telling me, I'll open the bag again and check. But I don't think I've left anything. So
Just remember, we have 4 suitcases, huh?
But travel is stressful if you have luggage. Anyway, coming back. So Snehashish, I am asking you the same question that I asked Trisha. Is there a quick fix? She was talking about effort on the part of Munish Bali. We saw she was Chandni, for example, doing a separate drill. Harwan was being given a separate drill. What does the fielding coach do?
Yes, absolutely. Even Richa Ghosh was also having a separate drill that day. So I think Munish Bali and working very hard in every practice session. Since
Absolutely.
that-
And there's improvement in the drills as well. I would
I-
like to see innovation.
Yes, I can clearly remember in 2025 you pointed out that and you wrote a piece on that new kind
And
of
I
stuff.
still stick to it. You know why? Because if you see England practicing, you see India
South
practicing, you see South Africa practicing, you suddenly feel we need a little more innovation. We need a little more. Actually, I'll be more precise. Other teams do a lot more match kind fielding preparation. Like if you are the one who's standing at backward point, you will stand at backward point and I will give you catches like that. If you are someone who stands at long on, and I loved it. England, first practice session that I saw in Chelmsford, the first thing they did was look in England in the kind of pitch, square of the wicket is extremely important. All 15 players had that practice in group. Square of the wicket, they were practicing third man, point, backward point, cover. These are the areas they were continuously practicing. Those kinds of innovations is what I would want.
Yes, absolutely. And
We have forgotten our sponsor logo.
Wow.
No, that is Snehashish's fault. Neil, can you just add the logo,
It's not
please?
there. We are the back end.
Oh, can you do it, Snehashish?
Yeah.
Possible?
Of course.
Because and Rohan, you asked the question. Can you just add Olam?
Yeah, that's the orange one. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, just add that. Yeah, thank you. So that's sorted. And secondly, Rohan, you asked the question about hazy. That is because I think Trisha pointed out to me there's light behind us. We are in the train station. We managed to find 3 seats together. It's a very busy station, the Birmingham New Street station. There's plenty of announcements going on. And on the left are the platforms, so we have to keep an eye on the board because our train is in some time. So we've just got to go there. We've got to go there in a bit. So that's why we are sitting here and doing the show. So allow us this thing that the camera is a bit hazy and all of that because the light coordination can't be better.
These are all glass, no? So the sun rays are seeping in. I can go into technicalities about this, but I don't think you will want that.
Rohan is saying, okay.
Yeah, because Neil will come and put fumos.
Yes, the bull is saying, yes, you guys are doing good.
Yes. But Snehashish, we have seen, my question is, you practice 45 minutes. I remember you had pointed out something and you were saying in the practice session also there are certain things that I don't think we do properly. And I'm sure that also turns up in the match. I think attempting a catch or something of that sort.
Yes, in 2024 T20 World Cup, during many practice sessions, we saw that in matches also we get those chances like half chances. But in big games you need to convert those half chances. At least you should attempt for those. Diving forward or maybe attempting for a Astosias drive or something like that. With big teams like Australia, South Africa, or maybe England, we see those kind of efforts. But with Team India, we generally don't see. Even in practices also, they do not intend to drive forward that much. Okay, there's a chance. It's better to wait there and save the ball. That is their approach, and that has been maybe one of the problems. But for me, I think the problem is not the execution. I think the practice is there, the efforts are there, but under pressure when there is a match situation and going on.
But Snehashish, against Pakistan, the game was in exactly. Where is the pressure?
Yes. That is the bigger concern.
And what is the more interesting part, Boryada? Maybe against Netherlands, suddenly the team will feel like the best fielding side, and people will then cut our conversation and say buffoons.
Yes, even I think in England series they were decent enough. In England
2 matches
series,
they were good. In one match they were not good.
Yes, and now start of the World Cup.
Do you reckon? Because you follow this sport, both of you follow this sport much more closely than anybody I know. Why is this inconsistency?
I just feel it's switch on, switch off thing. When you're on the field, see, I'll get a little not technical per se, but say for example, I've just finished bowling an over, and I've been hit for 2 boundaries. It is very important as an international cricketer to switch off immediately and say, whatever it is, I'm right now standing at fine leg. This is what to stay in the present moment. You must have heard this a lot, that cricketers keep talking about a good ball, a batter edges it, and maybe the catch is dropped. So what? The next ball is a different one. But it is very difficult to do that on the field. One misfield from somebody can also suddenly be like, oh, you know what, today seems like it's not going to be a good fielding day. And that sits on your head. You're not attacking, you are thinking. The other thing is, I feel most Indian fielders, which is where I always felt that Veda Krishnamurthy was different, Jemima is different, and yesterday was a shocker for me because I thought Arundhati was different, Radha is different. These 4, they want every ball to come to them. Others are like, हाँ ठीक है, optional है, आता है तो hold कर लेंगे fielding. That approach is very different, Boryada, when you are looking forward to actually fielding the ball, and when it's an additional skill.
See, the other point that I want to make, Snehashish, is some catches were great. That Smriti diving catch, for example. That Harman save where the run out didn't happen, but that Shriyanka catch was superb. The Harman save that Deepti directed. There were some moments of serious brilliance. But then there are regulation misses. And that's what is like, you can do this. You can take one of these stunning catches. You can effect a run out, you can save a ball which is brilliant, but then you're missing a regulation dolly, you're missing a regulation ball which is going for 4. That's where I kind of become a little skeptical, that because see, this is something that Abhinav keeps telling me. I mean, all great players will tell you it is about the routine. It's not about the brilliance, it is about the everyday. Go bat for 200 balls, go back, shoot 200. Don't say I will do 1 great innings and 20 not so great. That's when it becomes a problem. Tendulkar is Tendulkar. Why is Tendulkar a bigger batter than Lara? Lara had more brilliance, maybe. Tendulkar had more consistency. Tendulkar is bankable. That's the whole point in sport. You might be more boring, you might be more mundane, you might be more routine, but you are more bankable. I will anyway go with any day go with a bankable player rather than one who has only got streaks of brilliance. Because out of 10 games, that player will give me 2, but this consistent player will give me 6 or 7. So yes, unless you have a Vaibhav Suryavanshi kind of talent or something like that, then it's
But
extraordinary.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi is also not giving you wins every match.
And can't. No one can.
And no, why I brought this point up is I'm sure in future he'll become more consistent, not become consistent. We'll see that. But what I'm saying is only nowadays cricket is all about strike rate in people's head. But it is not about strike rate alone. You also have to contribute with the runs. Richa stayed out there, scored the runs. That's why it matters.
Yeah, suppose she got out of 11 or 4 balls.
Yeah.
What is the value of that innings?
Exactly.
The strike rate could be 225.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that that innings was of great value.
Exactly.
So and the other problem with people is the moment you point these things out, they'll jump on you and say,
Yeah.
she's got a strike rate of 200. Why are you criticizing Vaibhav?
We spoke about Smriti Mandana's this thing in the real. See, one thing is you want to criticize. You are a Smriti's fan. You want to say whatever. People are abusing straight up.
That's the problem with social media. That Vaibhav. So I keep getting this that I criticized Vaibhav Suryavanshi last year in November in that match where he got out and kicked something.
That Pakistan game.
I will 100% criticize him 1 million times out of 1 million if he's doing that. He is wrong. He needs to be pulled up. Unless he is pulled up, he will not improve. His father said he needs to stay humble. He needs to stay rooted. That's exactly what all of us are saying because we want him to do the best that he can and become a great asset for India.
What did I do? I pulled something. So the Bengal Pro T20 League is going on. Boriada, of course, Rev Sports is covering it, and one of one of the players, a friend of mine is playing in Bengal Pro T20 League. When she got out, the match was 8 runs of 10 balls. She was batting on 45. She gets out, closes the game. Do you know what I did? Shorjani is there. I said, Shorjani, give the call. Let me give her a, and he's like, you are from England. You are just not going to say hi, hello. You're going to fire her. I said, yes, because I know she has the potential of finishing 10 out of 10 games. You are not going to not finish and come back. So we do that with own people as well. Because when you know people have the potential, Indian team is not this poor.
Come on, yeah. I mean, unless you're hard on yourself on occasions, unless in my case with discipline, with my own people, unless come on and then one day Vaibhav Suryavanshi when he does well, why did you say this? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'll say it every day if I want to. It's as simple as that.
Dialogue. I'll tell you what. They slapped the critics.
Yeah, there's nothing called slapping the critic or anything. It's as simple as that. You play well, we'll call it well. You play bad, we'll call it bad. If you are not funding my platform or not good, and we are not influencers that you have to suck up to anybody. No chance. No chance. And it will not happen. Let me tell you that.
Also,
that's why we are who we are. Okay, it's time because our train will also be there soon. So Snehashish wants a Mexican lunch. So we'll quickly go and grab some Mexican food and then get on to the train for Leeds. We will bring you every update from every sport. Whether it's Neeraj Chopra's comeback, which we broke, whether it is in Doha, what a field. Curtis Thompson, Neeraj Chopra, that Sri Lankan chap. There is Jakub Vladec. All of them are there. 4 of the 9 have got 90 plus. So it will be a tremendously competitive Doha Diamond League. We will see how Neeraj fares. For the moment, that's all we have. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.